Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Resident Assistant Application Virtual Information Session. In this presentation, we will review the responsibilities of the RA role, the benefits of being an RA, the application requirements, and tips for the application process. We want to begin this presentation by talking about residential life and our mission, which explains why we do the work that we do. The Boston College Office of Residential Life seeks to create safe, inclusive, and well-maintained living communities. We engage our community members in opportunities to develop spiritually, socially, and academically in the Jesuit Catholic tradition of the university. We work together as a team to ensure that all residents have a positive on-campus living experience. As an RA, you will have a role in carrying out this mission in the residence halls. So, what is the RA role? As an RA, you wear many different hats. First, most importantly, you are a student. Though you are in a leadership role as an RA, we recognize that you are first and foremost a student at BC, and we want to ensure that being an RA does not interfere with your ability to be a student first. Additionally, you are a peer mentor and resource at BC. We see being an RA as an opportunity for you to mentor and support other students through the lens of your own experiences as a student on campus. You are also a programmer as an RA. You will plan and execute programs for your residents that give you an opportunity to connect with them, offer them support, and help introduce them to other campus resources. As such, you are also a collaborator. Not only will you have the opportunity to work with different campus resources to plan your programs, but you will also work alongside your fellow RAs and staff members in residential life to make sure that the residence halls are safe and welcoming environments. Because of this, you're also a teammate. Your RA staff does become your team, and you will all work together to support residents and to fulfill another responsibility of the RA role, which is building a strong, inclusive hall community amongst residents. Lastly, as an RA, you are also a policy enforcer. This means that you help ensure that our residents are safe and making safe choices, and you document and report anything you observe that may be unsafe and a violation of our residential hall and university policies. So, now that we know what the RA role entails, let's talk about the benefits of becoming an RA. As an RA, you will have the opportunity to participate in a number of valuable formative experiences. As we mentioned earlier, you'll be able to plan and execute events and programs in your hall, work with your RA team and improve your collaboration skills, and also enhance your community building skills through your engagement with your residents. Naturally, you'll have the opportunity to cultivate relationships with your residents, other RAs, staff members in residential life, and campus partners, which are other professional staff members and students who work in offices across campus, such as the Center for Student Wellness, the Women's Center, or the BAIC, just to name a few. Through these relationships and interactions, you will gain experience in communicating and collaborating with diverse peers and administrators. Additionally, as part of the policy enforcement aspect of the RA role, you will serve in a duty rotation. This essentially means that there will be a number of nights each semester where you will be expected to answer the duty phone, conduct building rounds in your residence hall, and respond to any concerns that may arise. Through duty experience and the RA role, you will gain experience de-escalating situations and managing interpersonal conflicts. We will provide you with training on how to do all of these things, but these are all valuable and professional skills that you will gain by becoming an RA. Overall, being an RA will give you the opportunity to strengthen your leadership and decision-making skills through interacting with residents and serving on duty, improving administrative and time management skills, and engaging in personal and professional development. If you are offered a position as an RA, here are a few points to consider. If you accept as an RA, your room, meal plan, and infirmary fees will be covered as your compensation. You are allowed to have an additional job if you are an RA, but there are limits on the number of hours you can work in addition to being an RA. As an undergraduate student, you may only work an additional 10 hours on campus on top of the RA role, and as a graduate student, you may work an additional 20 hours on campus on top of being an RA. With these financial considerations in mind, we do recommend that you speak with your financial aid officer to discuss how accepting the RA role may impact your financial aid package. If you are offered a position as an RA, you will be assigned to serve in one of three areas. We have the first year area, which includes our freshman dorms on Upper and Newton campus, the sophomore plus area, which includes College Road, Walsh, Vanderslice, and 90 St. Thomas More Road, where sophomores and upperclassmen live, and the upper class area, which includes the Mods, Stayer Hall, Reservoir Apartments, the Thomas More Apartments, Ignacio and Rubenstein Halls, Butte Hall, Gabelli Hall, and 66 Commonwealth Avenue. Juniors and seniors mostly live in these buildings. If you are an RA as a sophomore, you will be placed in the first year area. Graduate students are typically placed in the upper class area, and RAs who are juniors and seniors may be placed in any area. Beyond the regular RAs we have in each of these three areas, we also have RAs for our living learning communities in each area. If you are interested in serving as an RA for an LLC, you can indicate your interest on your application. Before you apply to be an RA, there are a few prerequisites. The first is that you have at least a 2.5 cumulative GPA when you apply. As we mentioned earlier, we prioritize that you are a student first, so we want to make sure that you are doing well in classes before taking on the additional responsibility of being an RA. Additionally, you need to be in good disciplinary standing with Residential Life and the Office of Student Conduct. If you have been involved in a conduct situation in the past, just make sure that your status sanction is not high enough to make you ineligible for the position. If you have questions or concerns about this, feel free to reach out to your resident director or to the Office of Student Conduct. Lastly, we look for applicants who demonstrate an appreciation for teamwork, working with diverse people, and BC's Jesuit mission, since these are all important and significant aspects of the RA role. Once you have considered the application prerequisites, you can visit bc.edu/RA and click on the application link to apply to be an RA. The application will ask for demographic information, such as your name, Eagle ID, home address, etc. You will also be asked to upload your resume as a PDF, and we also ask that you create a sample bulletin board about yourself. Creating bulletin boards for your residents is one of your main responsibilities as an RA, so this is a fun way for us to learn more about you and for you to practice some real-life RA skills. Obviously, we don't ask that you actually do this on a real bulletin board, but feel free to draw your sample board by hand or make it through a computer program like Canva or Google Slides. Additionally, if you are applying to be an RA for a living learning community, you will be asked to respond to a few open-ended questions about your interest in becoming an LLC RA. Once you submit the RA application, you will be invited to interview with us. All applicants will be invited to a first round interview, which will be a 30-minute interview with 2 Residential Life staff members. The goal of this interview will really be to get to know you and your skill set better. After that, a smaller number of candidates will be invited to a second round interview, which will still be a 30-minute interview, but with 2 different Residential Life staff members. However, the goal of the second round interview is to focus on your responses to different scenarios that you might encounter as an RA. We have a few tips for you as you go through the application process. The first tip is to be yourself. There is no one right way to be an RA. We hire RAs from many different backgrounds and experiences, and our residents value RAs who are willing to bring their full, authentic selves to the role. So we recommend that you also bring your authentic self to your application and interview. We also recommend that you visit the Career Center if you'd like tips on refining your resume or going through the interview process. They are a great resource, so please don't hesitate to connect with them. Another tip for going through the interview process is to use specific examples in responses to your questions. We love to learn more about the experiences that you've had and how you have demonstrated your skills in practice. And to learn more about the RA role and help you prepare for your application and interviews, we recommend that you look through our department's website, bc.edu/reslife, or speak with a Residential Life staff member to learn more about us and the RA application process. We're always happy to help answer questions and provide support to you as you move through this process. We also want to give you an overview of the application process. Our priority deadline to submit the RA application is November 1st. This means that if you submit the application by November 1st, you will receive an interview and be in consideration for placement in an RA position for the next academic year. If you submit your application after November 1st, you will be considered for our alternate candidate pool. If you apply by November 1st, you will be invited to a first round interview, which will occur in early November. If you receive an invitation to a second round interview, those will occur in late November. And then you will hear a final decision about your application in late January. There are 3 different application outcomes you may receive. The first is an offer and placement into a residential community. The second is a spot in our alternate pool, which means that you are qualified to be an RA, but that we just don't have enough spots for you to be made an offer just yet. The third outcome is that you may not be offered a position, but we always encourage you to apply again in the future. That concludes our virtual information session. If you have any questions about the RA role, the application process, interviews, or anything else related to being an RA, please feel free to reach out by emailing reslifejobs@bc.edu or visit our website, bc.edu/RA. Thank you for watching and for your interest in becoming an RA.